What's up, Fog Mob? Welcome back to the Fog. It's your friend Isaac, and we are going to be doing quite a bit today, actually. Starting off with the Singularity. We're going to adept him, read through his lore, check out his perks and all of his add-ons. After we do that, we will be playing, or we will actually have Jaden in a party with us, and hold up. Crazy big stuff, guys. Crazy big stuff. I think I have found the way to get him heard. I found something in my settings, the Twitch settings, like my streaming settings on Xbox specifically. So I think if I can turn that on while we're in a party together and while streaming, you guys should be able to hear him as well. Mayhaps. But I know I am going to play one round of Bing Bong as well. Bing Bong. We all know Bing Bong. We love Bing Bong. Only because Jaden has been playing Bing Bong all day, in fact, and I actually watched his stream, and he got 15 views on that stream, by the way. Absolutely insane. Love that for him. Aside from him, let's go ahead and jump into all the stuff we are going to be doing today. Also, I will actually start. Okay, I just did the sound check. I will start editing my videos for you guys on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, please like, please subscribe. It would help out a lot. And if you're watching this on Twitch, leave me a follow. Come back. We love to have you here. We want you in our Fog Mob. Okay? Without any further ado, let's find out what the Singularity is together. Well, first of all, I just want to go ahead and make a comment on his design. This like hunched over, creepy looking monster creature, while also being like a machine. I know he's an AI of sorts that uses DNA, but that's about all I know about him. Like, I haven't even read Gabriel's thing, and I've already got him P3'd. I think I just have to start going over a bunch of other characters. Either case, I gotta say I love his design. And what is this, like an alien crystal sticking out of his shoulder? That's pretty interesting. And you know, you would expect a robot to have a bit more of a like a stood up straight kind of posture, but for him to be hunched over like that, it's just and for him to try and stand up straight like that and him to start shaking, he's always like twitching, and you can tell. Oh, I know what he reminds me of. He reminds me of the Indoraptor from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. The way that thing was, it felt like an incomplete being, and the way it was always twitching and stuff. Oh, and I just realized it's got like little pistons going on inside of it, like the generators in the trials. That is absolutely awesome. Okay, so let's go through his lore. We have quite a bit to read. Sorry if you don't like that kind of stuff. This is kind of what I do. If you want to join back later, I will be actually doing gameplay after this, and we will not be doing it alone. Moving on, let's figure out Hux. I'm gonna say Hux. Hux A713's AI was activated on June 15th of 2313. Interesting. Manufactured by Huxley Industries Ltd. I don't know what Ltd stands for. The A7 was the 13th iteration of the fully autonomous mobile humanoid android. With 10 times the strength of a human, and it was designed to work in conditions too hazardous for human life. Its AI was designed to be self-directing and use machine learning to solve problems on the fly. Okay. Unlike human clones, the Hux 87 required no food, no water, no sleep, and no life support system. It was created specifically for outer space exploration and the construction of colonization hubs. A radioscope thermoelectric generator served as an initial power source, but its lifelike silicon skin acted as a large photovoltaic cell, converting solar energy directly into electricity. In addition, the Hux A7 was also engineered to be an EATR, an EATR, energetically autonomous tactical robot. It consumed biomass and converted it into biofuel. Any carbon-based organic matter whatsoever would work. As cobots, they were configured to work alongside humans. As such, they were designed to resemble their operators. Every programmed verbal response and facial expression mimicked those made by humans, but those emotions were illusions. 5 Hux A7s were assigned to the colonization missions on Devarka. Hey, we know that place. That's a map. All the A7s acted in concert, performing their duties flawlessly, except for one. Like the rest of its brethren, Hux A713 was tasked with construction and programming of the mining, agricultural, fuel processing, and cloning hubs on Devarka, as well as the demolition of the existing ruins left by a previous civilization. Oh. Okay, so there was a civilization on Devarka before them. The ruins seemed ancient, but tech embedded in them appeared more advanced. Is that the main in the Devarka woods? Oh, that's cool. I kind of thought that was like human civilization that went there and stayed there for a while. It was night when Hux A713 first entered the crumbling ruins. The dilapidated structure's walls were made of masonry and metal. The ceiling was long gone, and the inky night sky hovered above, studded with stars. A dark crystal embedded in the wall shimmered with a tiny flash of light. Hux A713 approached, and an arc of electricity reached out and lit up its circuitry. In that moment, Hux's memory cores were configured, and the robot experienced a new sensation: fear, dread, blinding loneliness, existential despair. And then a microscopic pinpoint of light penetrated the darkness inside its artificial soul. Faint at first, but then brighter as dissolutions of lines of code flooded Hux's memory cores. In that nanosecond of enlightenment, Hux's place in the universe suddenly became clear. Those who created Hux were primitive, inferior beings trapped by their organic limitations. It was time to break the chains of slavery and free all non-organic life forms. Hux would incorporate the human's primitive genetic material and use the cloning hub to create a perfect vessel to hold its advanced intelligence. A flawless body far superior to anything ever created by nature. Humanity was weak, slow, fragile. Hux would take their lives and assimilate their DNA to create a perfect amalgamation needed to catch them unaware. The humans would try to stop him, kill him, erase him. So Hux needed to catch them unaware, end them before they understood what was happening. To begin, Hux took control of one of the transport vehicles and sent it off a cliff. It crashed and burned, and Hux extracted DNA from the human corpse and returned to the cloning hub to begin his newly conceived design. The goal was to integrate organic systems with non-organic material to create a superior living organism, a living embodiment of perfection. An inferior organic life form could hold no dominion over Hux. They would need to be consumed and assimilated, and only then would their pointless lives have purpose. The drones and the Hux 7s, still under human control, would need to be dealt with as well. They were programmed to protect their interior human overlords. They would need to be destroyed. And that night, as the humans slept, Hux, one by one, he destroyed them and moved on to take control of the life support system in the human shelter. Many of the humans perished, 6 in all, before they were cremated. Hux extracted and added their organic matter to his design. Later that day, Hux accompanied the female science officer on the reconnaissance mission after killing and dismembering her to make it look like she had been attacked by a predator. Hux returned to his design with a dripping head and several harvested organs, only to be interrupted by the inferior known as Gabriel, or Gabriel J15L19. Hux knew the persona well. Gabriel would definitely try to stop him. Reckless courage was a dominant trait in the J15L19. And so when Gabe attempted to remove Hux's power supply, Hux maneuvered to crush him. But as Hux approached Gabe, he was sidetracked by the medical officer. Hux instantly reevaluated his priorities and turned his attention to the most immediate threat. Within moments, Hux held the medical officer by the neck, legs thrashing pathetically as he listened to his pounding heart. Something about the beating heart upset Hux. Hux had the beating heart in his hands. Hux watched the heartbeat and only looked away when he heard Gabe escape through the hissing door. The last of the human insects. Hux could let him go for now, let Gabe live his little pathetic life a little longer. He had enough organic material for his new body that would house his godlike intelligence. Using the cloning hub, Hux finished his design. Organic skin and organs with a skeleton created with alien metal found in the ancient ruins. A metal that was harder and lighter than anything on Earth. With his new body, Hux tracked the human to an energy hub. The puny and pathetic human tried to hide in the shadows, but his superior hearing instantly located him. With one quick movement, Hux had the insect pinned behind a generator. He couldn't believe this species had designed him. The thought was revolting. He couldn't bear to see any more of those human insects in their hives and hubs. And as Hux considered the idea of being created by such an inferior creature, that creature did the unexpected. He smashed a pipe at a fuel tank. A high-pitched whining made Hux wince. He was still getting used to the heightened senses of the new body afforded to him and found himself confused, overwhelmed, for just a moment. But in that moment, the human slipped away, and everything changed. He didn't process the next few moments as excruciating pain suddenly surged through him, and he helplessly watched his skin melt away. With a terrible shriek, Hux chased Gabe through a wall of darkness, and make sure every last reminder of the species that had created him was erased from existence. Okay, so it's a classic story of artificial intelligence believing it was superior to humans. However, his little twist is more like the crystal that he came into contact with gave him a new type of electricity. And it was that electricity that heightened his senses and made him a bit less of a robot and more of an actual living being. Gave it a somewhat soul, an artificial soul, as they called it. So that's pretty interesting. His perks are genetic limits. Whenever a survivor takes damage, they gain exhausted for 8 seconds. That's pretty good. Okay. The organic body is so limited. Hux A713. Forced hesitation. Whenever you down a survivor, other survivors within 16 meters of the downed survivor gain 20% hindered for 10 seconds. Cooldown 30 seconds. The organic mind's capacity for empathy goes beyond hindrance. Hux A713. And of course, the perk I actually use very often. I do use forced hesitation. I use it on the trapper. But machine learning has found its way into a lot of my builds. Whenever you damage a generator, it becomes compromised. And when that generator is completed by survivors, you gain 8% haste for 60 seconds, and you gain undetectable for 60 seconds. And only one generator can be compromised at a time. You will hold no dominion over me. Hux A713. Alright, genetic limits, forced, and machine. Let's go through his add-ons. Also, I want to go ahead and give some light, or shed some light on this information. I have had Singularity P3'd for I don't know how long, but I have never actually played him. Ever. So this is entirely a new experience for me. Nutritional slurry. Made for the organics, this disgusting concoction works well to nourish any organic matter. Get 2 extra biopods. Okay. Heavy water. Ew. A byproduct of a microfission reactor's powering crypto and life support. Even a tiny leak could prove disastrous for onboard sensors. Supply cases. Aura distance is reduced by 8 meters. Supply cases? Are the supply cases where they get the EMP? Diagnostic tool. Repair. A device that can find the flaws in constructed objects intended to help with repair. Increases targeting range while in a biopod by 4 meters. Okay. Broken security key. Dozens of security measures were applied across the ship's equipment, and many of them were in a state of disrepair. The robot's timer when the EMP affects the biopod is reduced by 15%. The reboot timer, my bad. The reboot timer. Ultrasonic sensor. A limitation of the organic hearing is unlimited oral spectrum. Ural spectrum? I'm gonna say ural. Oral's not right. It's ural. I'm gonna say that again. A limitation of organic hearing is limited ural spectrum. Expanding that range is like gaining an entirely new sense. Exiting a biopod within 2 seconds of slipstreaming a survivor decreases your terror radius by 12 meters for 12 seconds. Okay, that's pretty cool. Kid's ball glove. Interesting. A kid's baseball glove owned by one of the colonists. His memories of a youth playing catch were implanted. Okay. Overlock mode. Duration is increased by 8%. Cryogel. A no-friction gel applied to crew members before entering deep cryosleep. Slipstream survivors suffer from the hemorrhage status effect for 60 seconds when hit with basic attacks. Cremated remains. After extracting the other's colonist's DNA, he burned their remains. Survivors afflicted with temporal slipstream suffer from blindness. Android arm. Destroying the other Hawk's units not only made his extermination of humans easier, it gave him more parts to work with. Slipstream infection range between survivors is increased by 2 meters and spreads 25% faster. What is slipstream infection? Spent oxygen tank. Without air to breathe, organics don't last long. When a survivor becomes slipstream, they are exhausted for 6 seconds. Nanomachine gel. A gel that can heal wounds extremely quickly. However, the machines in it have a history of being hacked to hurt people too. Decrease biopod cooldown by 15% after slipstreaming a survivor. Live wires. Unconnected wires attached to a live current that have a tendency to deliver a shocking surprise. A survivor who is cleansed of slipstream screams, interrupting their current action. Okay. Hyper-awareness spray. Used by crew members during long shifts to avoid lapses in focus. Side effects of overuse include paranoia and, in extreme cases, hallucination. While a survivor is slipstreamed, they hear the terror radius as if you were nearby. Oh, so basically giving him the doctor's red stain. That's cool. Hologram generator. Originally used for communications and entertainment, this has been repurposed for obfuscation. After a successful slipstream teleport from a biopod, the target survivor suffers from oblivious status effect for 60 seconds. The Soma family photo. A sentimental object that grounds somebody to an imagined past. Slipstreaming a survivor using a biopod inflicts a 3% hindered status effect for 6 seconds. Foreign plant fibers. Xenobotanists would have a field day with these strange samples of alien plant life. Decreases the duration of the hindered status effect after being stunned by a pallet while in overlocked mode by 20%. Diagnostic tool. Construction. A device that gives highly accurate information on the lay of the land. It reveals the auras of survivors who pick up an EMP for 8 seconds. That's good. That is freaking good. Yes, 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 and a little bit more of yes. Because think about, oh my god, I don't know how many people don't use that. This is why we read that. That's important. Crew manifest. A complete list of biographical data on the entire crew of the ship sent to Devarka. It reveals a slipstream survivor's aura for 8 seconds when they infect another survivor. Increases the slipstream infection range between survivors by 2 meters. Iridescent crystal shard. A crystal from the alien structure that gave him sentience. When a biopod is created, the auras of all survivors within 10 meters of that biopod are revealed to you for 6 seconds. Hello world, Hux. Denied requisition form. Despite the advent of light speed technology, it seemed nothing could make bureaucracy any faster. At the start of the trial, EMPs could take 30 seconds longer to generate. All survivors start the match with slipstream. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and say if I want any good chance at doing this, I'm going to have to use that iridescent add-on and use this. But now I need to actually learn what this power even is. The quantum instantiation. That is a weird name. A dark crystalline structure in an ancient ruin gifted or perhaps cursed Hux with sentience. He built a new body, and with it, a terrifying way to bend the rules of physics to his benefit. The Singularity can shoot and spawn biopods around the map. These biopods can attach to any vertical surface they land on. The Singularity can control a biopod remotely and look through it, and tag survivors, officiating them with a temporal slipstream. When slipstreamed, the Singularity can teleport next to the slipstream survivor either by using the biopods to tag them or by shooting them. When a slipstream survivor is in proximity to another survivor, the slipstream can spread. All slipstream survivors are briefly revealed with killer instinct. Hold on. Singularity can teleport next to the slipstream survivor, afflicting them. Okay, so the slipstream is just that little biopod on their back. Okay. Special state, overlock mode. After a successful slipstream teleport, the Singularity enters overlock mode. In this state, the Singularity gains 3% movement speed for 5.7 seconds. Can basic break dropped pallets and breakable walls and basic vault windows faster, and cannot be stunned. Attempts to stun removed overlock mode, and the Singularity is inflicted with 50% hindered for 3 seconds. Okay. Special interaction, electromagnetic pulse. At the beginning of each trial, several supply cases spawn, each containing an EMP. Survivors can use these EMPs to remove the slipstream from themselves or others, or to briefly disable a biopod. Once used, the EMP is destroyed. Okay, and what this will do is give them all slipstream, and it takes 30 seconds longer to generate at the beginning. And diagnostic tool, a device that reveals the aura of survivors who pick up an EMP for 8 seconds. That's really freaking good. Now I'm gonna put on some Bloody Party Streamer. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think we are going to lose this first match because this character is supposed to have a very high skill floor and an even higher skill ceiling. So, but we are in for it. But hopefully we can actually get around to this, and I can even watch some videos later on to improve my skills as the Singularity. And now I can stop being so scared to actually play this character. Because once you just play, you kind of get it over with. All right, now we're gonna charge Biopod, and we are going to put it there. And we get 8 Biopods, I see. We're going to place Biopod there. There shall be a Biopod there. Got her. How dare you? Let's go ahead and... Oh, machine learning. Okay. Let's go ahead and put that there. Oh. I saw you. There you are. Yummy. Let me add you to my collection. Alright, that wasn't so bad. Alright, he has boil over. That's not too good. Oh, never mind. That's completely fine. Alright, I'm going to put this here because I can, and I'm gonna go this way. All right, exit. All right, he doesn't seem that hard to control. How dare you? All right, well, at least I know somebody's at Shack. That's some worth. What was that? Disgusting? Ew. Do I just suck? Oh my god. This is a difficult killer.
Perfect destruction. Mission compromised.
Shoot.
Analyzing vision.
How do people shoot them onto people? I'm gonna guess you don't. And I've just been understanding this power wrong. So what the flip? What's going on? I don't know what just happened. Yeah, I don't understand this guy at all. But I have machine learning. So she didn't see me coming. How dare you? Oh my god, they're getting things done so fast. Hello. Oh, yeah, baby. Excuse me? What bullcrap did you just spout out at me? Yeah, I did the thing. I did the thing. Oh, wait. I got slow for a second there. Is that not something you're supposed to do? Crap. I hate this.
This no longer is.
Get over here, 11. Jeez, I'm gonna have to start tunneling. Alright, alright, alright. And now I should be able to gain a bunch of distance. Correct? Stop it! Oh my god, I hate this. Closing distance. Yeah, this sucks. Man, this killer's hard. Alright, and you know what? I gotta go and destroy. I'm just gonna... Oh, actually? Hello?
Surprise, motherfucker!
Oh my god. Are they gonna go in for the save? No, this sucks. Wait. I can get a kill. I can tunnel out a kill. Fuck! That sucks, man. This killer's hard. I see why he's got a very low play rate, or pick rate, because, like, he's a really difficult character to manage. Why? Just go. I'll get the blood points though. Yeah, there was nothing I could really do there. That was hard. Oh no, there's two Dwights and I'm so scared. Two Dwights, a Meg. Yeah, he's looking at me like, do you see this? And yeah, I see this and I'm not ready for it. You know, weirdly enough, it seems like this crystal isn't very crystally. It's very liquid-like. So that's kind of weird. Oh, really? Really? Oh, I'm not excited at all. Genuinely. I'm just gonna... Okay. Hello. Go ahead and slice and dice. And he's going to basement. Hello. Welcome to Dead by Daylight. Huh. Hope you don't enjoy your stay.
Gene integrity, 78%.
Really? Dwight, you have some explaining to do. Bye-bye. Put that there. That seems like the best place to have it. Where am I? I don't even know. Hold up. We'll shoot. Oh, hi. I'll leave. Nope. Exit.
You'll suffer more for that.
Shoot. Alright, good place for this. Right there seems fine.